In this video, we will be reviewing Pangil sa Pangil Disaster versus Sac Maestro. This event was held in Gapo. Let's go. And this is gonna be exciting.
Iwan, who goes first? Disaster! One! The coin toss! Philippines versus United States of America! Pangil sa Pangil sa Pangil! Yo, check it!
Alright, let's go, Sac.
Longapo was popping! No split na agad. Makuha niyong support, talo yun ang tunay kong hangad. Kaya bilang respeto sa inyo, naghanda ako ng sagad. Inconsistent kasi si Sac, kaso bawal daw tamad. Bagal maglakad, ginamitan ko ng quickness. I take it to the hole, slicing through the defense. Pinoy step, lay up, suwabe na pagka-finish. Skyery off the glass. Alam mong sure ball pag may English. You look sleepless and extinguished. You keep on counting sheep. Diz, it's time to hit the sack. Get covered in the sheets. Go ahead, knock yourself out till you slumbered in the deep. You couldn't beat me in your dreams like you're punching in your sleep. Yeah, punching in your sleep because you just another typhoon. To us, it doesn't matter. We're so used to it, we'd gather around the flood filled with laughter. But when I shoot this rapper, exit wounds would come right after. These bullets are like Pinoys, always go through these disasters. You an LA gangster? Holy sirens in your home environment? Did all them riots make you tough? But in tough, the OG's silent. So if disaster gon' get violent, homicide, my homies riding through LA with them choppers. You gon' die like Kobe Bryant. So bro, be quiet, you from Lebanon. He's in the wrong game. You didn't run the Staples Center. But then it all changed. Along came a little shooter. Step from long range. Then the GOAT moved to LA. Here's Lebanon James. Lebanon James, goddamn. What you shooting like? 51%? Think your gun's legit? That's how you kill them thugs and shit? Take a million blood-sick Crips, you bitches still ain't fucking with. The biggest gang out here is the Philippine government. Yeah, Bisaya ni represent. I give you my respect, but if you think that I just let you check me this, I'm gonna react. A Christian, not a threat, but you get kicked across the head. Pick him up, then slam you now. I'm Islam, Makachev. You're big, then I'll be damned. These disasters would happen naturally. Then I'll donate your talent fee to our nurses with low salary. So better call an ambulance, cause this gonna be a tragedy. Send this ass to the ER, that's local hospitality. Yeah. Are you Andrew M. or Francis E? Cause you battle too excessively. You treat me as an enemy, but I'll provide your remedy shit. I'm mentally prepared. I even write in memory of disaster on the tombstone to cement your legacy.
Nice.
Yeah, the underlying connection beneath the chaos is an entity. It controls our fate, our destiny. So this matchup, it was meant to be. To let you see that it took you 20 years worth of your energy in 120 motherfucking battles just to get to me. Even ask the US Embassy. They provide you visas, connect your flights, direct them private jets of Filipinos. For a gentleman's agreement, we are Lebanon believers. Think you'd westernize the league? Here's the pledge of my allegiance. So, terrorize, espionage, exercise my demons. But Diz, you are no different from these petty whining divas who pretended they're some genius who have read encyclopedias, but on the net they write, it presume like, who special charge in favors. Are you? I don't take it serious. I don't take it serious, but you can't ignore the hype. Took me years to earn my spot. Didn't happen overnight. His career is dying. To extend the shortened life, he just ride on my dick till he could reach the Gordon Heights. Gordon Heights is place. Bisayang Walter White. You misled your apostles to the edge of tomorrow, thought that everyone followed. Are you the final boss? Well, I'm Hector Camacho. Give the boss one hit while I'm XB at Hancho. Leave you empty and hollow. You like Bobby and Whitney. You wanted all the smoke. Well, I'm the top of the chimney, and it's not looking pretty at the heart of your city because you're all getting busy having parties with Diddy. You Bollywood sissy. It's like we're looking at the rear view mirror and taking back to the start of your career. 2003, you played for Cleveland Cavaliers. Then Lebanon James won Pussy of the Year. Yeah, we don't need you here, Bashir. You might take offense. You might take offense, but to them, you're just another bitch that had 2-day prep against. Yeah, they don't give a fuck if both of us ain't making sense. Because it's in English and thanks to you, di tayo main event. Yeah, you ain't a legend, you ain't shit. Take a look, the shit's true. Tangina mo dito, wala kang value. So let me just say before we head to round 2, we took Pinoy battle rap to new heights without you. Round 1, disaster, let's go!
Solid round 1.
Before I start, you had a Mr. Phoebus bar, you know. I want to say, man, people mention you a lot in battles, but thank you for having me here. Before I start, I just wanted to say, you're the man. You're the man for making this happen and allowing me to try something in another language. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, do you guys know what rhymes with Mr. Phoebus? Tiny little penis. Boy, I'm about to blow out your brains. I know you think since you the Bisaya guy, you get to shoot the foreigner today, but I'm way out of your range. Yeah. I'm out of your range. I'm sky high. When I travel in the plane, I fly with Sabu. When you travel on the plane, you fly sky high with Shabu. Who's gonna predict it? Ma'am, sir. Welcome to Shabu Airlines. And I'm about to kill him with a spare rhyme. This is gonna be the biggest comeback the Philippines has seen since Mr. Phoebus's hairline. When he set this matchup, you deactivated your Facebook profile because you were rattled. You figured you don't want me to pick up no Filipino personals on you, so you didn't let me see your social media channel. But I am sorry and I regret to inform you, Mr. Hansel, I screenshotted all your pages before I agreed to the battle. So let's talk about your character. Sack Maestro, you ain't never been a Mac Clapper or a Gap Packer. If you have a knife on you, it's because you're known as an actual backstabber. You started off as a rap fan and a backpacker. Now the notepad in your book bag is actually a fat dagger that says bleeped up on the back of it. And on the front side it says me and Akata are gonna smoke crack in the back after. Yeah. Shouts out to Akata, that's my boy. I love you. I love you, bro. But you and Akata could make an actual sick-ass Lethal Weapon 3 album cover. Because you guys smoke crack back-to-back with your backs to each other like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Yo, this guy doesn't even have a mother. Yo, fuck your mama. Yo, that bitch used to be hot, but she cut her hair short and now she looks like Jin Kazama from Tekken. You look like an art player. A primitive manhunter. Good thing you cut your hair because you were looking like one of Jesus' homies from the Last Supper. Bro, you're part of a metal band that does garage band covers of actual bands on GarageBand out of your actual garage. Damn, brother. Ooh. How the fuck is that whole entire group still living with their grandmother? You look like a Hindu guy who has a half-brother cow fucker down in Calcutta. How the fuck did I end up with this sack sucker? He's lackluster. He can't muster the strength to get past the grenades and the frag clusters. He's paranoid because he's a glass puffer. So he shatters in the face of confrontation and his fans suffer until he takes another hit from the pipe. Then he gains his confidence and he acts tougher to distract you from the fact that the drugs keep his raps cluttered, and that's the reason he blanks out and developed that fast stutter. Yeah, I got a perfect idea to help you take your art to the next level. Yeah, you should start your own genre of music and call it Meth metal. And you smoke out of an aluminum foil. That's unhealthy and next level ghetto. Basically, even when you're not making music, you're still rocking with heavy metals. I'm still trying to figure out where you're from with that dumb hair. You look like you grew up on a deserted island and you throw spears at all the white tourists that come there. Yo, I'm at a disadvantage today. Obviously, I'm aware. Because just based off the possibility of you choking, we're already getting a lot of evil stares. His whole approach today is going to be based off of shock value. People get shocked if he prepares. But fuck that, the king is back, and I ain't sharing the throne. I'm the heir to the throne. Bitch, you need me to make a name. Yo, you need me. Bitch, you need me to fucking make it. You can't make a name on your own. That's why I ain't just busting your balls here. I'm breaking your bones. You want to do something about it, bitch? Change up your tone. I'll punch this little toothpick in the mouth like Razor Ramon. Yeah. Then I'm taking your bitch, and I'm making her moan. Then I open her mouth wide, and then I gave her Turon. Yo, I hate these battle rappers. They're fucking fake. I knew it. And I stayed away from them all once I knew it. Because I'll really shoot one of you motherfuckers, and that don't need a punchline to it. Just trust I'll do it. Getting into beef with me is like being stuck in a mudslide. There's no upside to it. I'll stuff your stomach side with a butterfly knife and cut your gut line fluid. I'll grab your fucking little ass neck and slam it against the wall and slam it against the wall and slam it against the wall till your head busts right through it. I'll put a 7.62 through your 7.5 Buick. I'm considerate. I'll even play you your favorite music and let you vibe to it. Then sing it as a karaoke at your funeral and watch your whole family around you vibe to it. Since y'all love singing at your funerals, that's exactly what I'm gonna do to you. Yeah, I'll let the blood ooze from you, ooze of you, pull up on you with your little Azusa with a supercharged up, souped up Subaru, then I'll shoot at you. I'll mangle you like noodle soup. From far away, it's gonna look like I'm slapping the shit out of a random Zionist Jewish dude. Bitch, there's nothing that you can do. I'm pulling out all the special moves for you. You know it's all over once disaster starts snapping and solving his invisible Rubik's Cube. Bitch, you ain't ready to beef off in the war. I'll walk into your little shitty ass house in Davao and knock the hinges clean up off the door. Smack the chicken pastille off your mom's dinner table and make you eat it off the floor. Bitch, ain't no negotiating. Ain't no negotiating. I'm gonna explain to y'all who this Mukan Ungoy is facing. Why is this soy-faced little boy hating? I'll dangle his body above a bunch of alligators in the pond while they're all waiting. That's what I call Pinoy baiting. I'll feed this guy to a shark. He wants to freestyle, then we could stab each other with the most random objects we could find at the park. I'll shank you in the eye with a sharp knife that I carved off the side of a bark. Because if you choke or forget your words today, I'm going to slap you so hard I'm going to remind you your parts. I'm a different type of animal, bitch. I was denied at the Ark. Whoa. Because I stalk my prey in the day and take his life at night in the dark. All I need once you're in my sights is the light from the spark. The aim stupid like Cupid. I'll put a bow and arrow right through your heart. You've been struggling to survive from the start. This verse is crippling your lifeline, so even though we live timelines apart, I'm still giving you a lifetime of art. Bitch, yeah, but this like, he don't appreciate it. This like showing a Da Vinci painting to a caveman. It's all upsetting, because he keeps blanking out and he keeps on forgetting how to put bars together in a proper sentence. You not a vet, you need lots of lessons. I don't think Law from Tekken is ready for Armageddon. Bashar al-Assad with a biological weapon, arm, leg, arm, then your top gets beheaded. I'll pull up with a Glock and I'll let it off like Queen Latifah and set it off. Your block will get shredded. I'll pull a long machete and string you along like spaghetti. Bitch. You are not ready. Fuck a milk carton. When I'm done with you, they gonna put your face on a bottle of Henny. Time.
Time. Solid first round for both. Wow. All right, let's talk about Sak Maestro's first round. Okay, these are the angles na ginamit ni Sak na nagustuhan ko on that first round. The angles is that yung basketball, selfie bars, racist bars or racial bars, career, Nia Disaster, affiliations, then LA. Now, what I did is just I list down top three lang na lines of each battle MC sa kanilang mga rounds, okay? I know some of you guys might have more, diba, na nilist down, but for me, I just picked the top three of each round na nagustuhan ko. Alright, sa first round ni Saak Maestro, ito yung mga nagustuhan kong lines. Okay, the first one is, sabi niya, he is in the wrong game. He didn't run the Staples Center, but it all changed along a little shooter step from long range. Then the GOAT moved to LA. Here, Lebanon James. Gusto ko yung presentation ni Zach Maestro dito, especially yung subtle acknowledgement niya kay Disaster. Disaster, especially in the Western world, is universally acknowledged and known to be the GOAT in terms of battle rap. And in-acknowledge yun ni Zach Maestro dito sa battle na to. Yet, sabi nga niya dito, siya naman daw si Steph Curry. Kung si Disaster, si LeBron James, siya si Steph Curry. So, ang presentation dito ni Zach is that he may not be considered as, or he may not be acknowledged as the GOAT here in the Philippines. Kasi we all know that goes to Looney. Pero, like Steph Curry, siya naman daw yung, talagang magpapahirap or tinik sa lalamunan ng GOAT or ni LBJ. Ang ganda ng construction ni Zach Maestro for that. Very witty nung setup. Tapos yung punchline na Lebanon James. I love how inikot ni Zach Maestro para i-twist yung punchline on that remarks. Now, some of you may think, anong kinalaman naman ng basketball reference? Steph Curry, LeBron James, sa kanilang dalawa, di ba? Parang ang layo, walang connection. Although, for you, ang mga hindi masyadong familiar, si LeBron James nag-start yung career niya sa Cleveland Cavaliers, which is on the East. Same goes with Disaster. With what I know of, Disaster was not born and raised sa US, but was from Lebanon. Lebanon's also east of the geography pag tinignan mo sa mapa ng mundo. So, what Zach Messer's trying to say is that they may be both. They're both came from the East. And LeBron James started out his career from the East. Ganun din si Disaster from the East. They both came to the West. Uh, Coincidentally, parehong LA, diba? And that's where they try to establish their throne. And ang magandang presentation dito ni Zach Maestro is that he's not out there claiming the throne, but he is on a league of his own. Like Steph Curry, di ba? Sa GOAT conversation, hindi naman talaga nasasama si Steph Curry in terms of the greatest of all time pagdating sa kanyang mga achievements. But we all know, all throughout career ni LeBron, si Steph Curry naging pinaka, we would even say, parang naging kryptonite ni LeBron James in terms of championship achievements and sa finals. So I love that presentation and yung subtle tweak nung Lebanon James kasi na nagamit or na-establish ni Zach Mesto lang maayos yung Lebanon, which is East, and then Lebron, which is GOAT, double meaning yon, which both refers kay Disaster in his metaphor. So, just one word, dalawang angulo, dalawang punto, dalawang punchline kaagad yung tinamaan dun ni Zach Maestro. Second line na nagustuhan ko from this round is, sabi niya, a Christian, not a prick, but you get kicked across the head. Pick him up, then slam you. Now I'm Islam Makachev. Now, for those who do not know, si Islam Makachev is a Dagestani fighter, best friend, and number one training partner ni Habib Nurmagomedov. Habib Nurmagomedov, of course, uh, renowned yan all throughout the world to be the greatest UFC lightweight fighter of all time. He retired undefeated. And yung kanyang training partner at number one na estudyante ng tatay niyan, si Abdul Manap, is si Islam Makhachev, which is also the current UFC lightweight champion ngayon. So, yun yung pinaka-anchor na itong structure or nung tong linya na to ni ni ano ni Zach Maestro. Sabi niya dito, you get Christian not a prick but you get kicked across the head. I like the choices of sequence ni Zach dito sa linya na to kasi yung you get kicked across the head na line na yan is reference yan kay Islam, how he defended his belt against Alexander Volkanovski, yung part 2, dinefend niya yun via head kick knockout. So yun yung pinanggalingan ng reference, yung you get kicked across the head. So that was a knockout win over Volkanovski. Yun din yung gustong i-represent ni Sack Maestro dito na dumayo ka dito, I will defend my throne, I'll knock you out with a head kick. Kagaya ni Islam. And then sabi niya doon, pick him up, then slam you. Yung slam you, obviously, slam, rhyme siya ng Islam and slam, 'di ba? Name at saka yung action of wrestling move, slam. You pick him up. Yung pick him up na line naman is referring to sa Dagestani signature move ng Sambo wrestling. Okay? Sa Western world, ang tawag doon blast double. Blast double tapos takedown. Sa hindi ko alam exactly kung anong tawag doon sa Dagestani wrestling or sa Sambo kasi Russian yung tawag nila doon o yung name. Pero yun kasing signature move ng mga Dagestani wrestler, no? Yung blast double na yon. Additional knowledge para dun sa mga nanonood, no? There's three types of wrestling, yung folk style, freestyle, and Greco-Roman. Yung mga Dagestani, which is part of Russia, yung Dagestan, yan ang number one sport nila, wrestling. But they have their own. They call it uh, Dagestani wrestling kasi hindi lang siya basta wrestling, they also incorporate grappling. In the entirety of Russia, ang tawag nila doon combat sambo, which translate very beautifully pagdating sa MMA. And again, Dagestan wrestling, ang kanilang signature move is yung blast double. Kaya ginamit ni Sack Maestro yung pick him up, slam you na line. And of course, yung sinimulan niya dito, di ba, a Christian not a prick. As we all know, ang Philippines is to be considered as a Christian nation. So, yun yung nire-represent ni Sack Maestro. And Lebanon is, I believe, an Islamic country. Kaya sinabi niya, a Christian not a prick, but you get kicked across the head. Pick him up and slam you. Now I'm Islam Makhachev. So, maganda presentation ng Christian versus Islam dito, being representing or symbolizing both countries that they represent. And yung structure na ginagawa dito, yung succession ng words no ni Sack Maestro dito, I applaud it. I love it. Sobrang tight ng lines na to. Walang tapon. Every word and every point may sariling meaning on its own. And every word, every point supplements or strengthens the next word. That's what I love about this style of writing na ginagawa dito ni Sack Maestro. Itong first line na to, papalakasin niya pag nabasa mo tong first line nito, it is meant para palakasin yung susunod na line na maririnig mo, and yung pangalawang line na maririnig mo, twice as much na ilakas niya, papalakasin naman niya yung pangatlong line na maririnig mo. So, per line, they have their own meaning, standalone. Collectively, they have an entirely different thought and context and picture that is masterfully crafted with that seamless transition and stitching or pagtatahi ni Sack Maestro netong mga lines na to nang hindi stretch yung dating, hindi pilit yung dating. Very, very masterful yung ginawang etong buong line to. For me, ito yung pinakamagandang line ni Sack of his entire first round. And third line na nagustuhan ko, sabi niya, so this matchup, it was meant to be, to let you know that it took you 20 years worth of your energy and 120 battles to get to me. I love the psychological framing and the reconstruction na ginagawa dito ni ni Sack Maestro. Because if you look at it on face value, di ba, yung 20 years na career and 120 battles is actually a strength. Hindi siya, di ba, hindi siya point of weakness. Because if you look at it, just basing by that, it's easy to lean towards disaster kasi obviously he has more experience and he is the more well-rounded and vets. So po pwede niyang gamitin yung ano na yon 20 years worth of career experience para mamain, 'di ba? Or ipalabas o ipakita sa mga tao na si Zach Meso is not on his level, bata pa siya, marami pa siyang kakaining bigas at talagang very noob compared to him. Pero yung psychological reframing at saka yung yung pagso-switch ng power dynamics na ginawa dito ni Zach Maestro is beautiful dahil binigyan ng bagong meaning ni Zach Maestro sa pandinig o sa tenga ng lahat ng mga nakikinig. Yung 20 years na career and 120 battles, pinalabas dito ni Zach Maestro that that is the time that it took para kay Disaster just to get on his level. Ang galing, di ba, ng power dynamics na switch yon ni Zach Maestro ng very seamless. Hindi siya pilit, hindi siya nagbebeg. And that is a good psychological awareness lalo nung idea na si Disaster yung dumayo, 'di ba, dito sa Philippines para makalaban si Zach Maestro. So, that context or thought na ikaw yung dumayo supports that statement na it took you 20 years worth of energy and 120 battles to get to me. It is very, very strategic and very smart from Sak Maestro. Hindi lang siya basta lame na selfie bars, but rather tinanggalan niya ng sting yung one of the biggest advantage that Disaster could get faced on kay Sak Maestro in this. I also like yung pinapakita dito ni Sak Maestro na approach, no, especially when he's spitting out his bars, he's very unapologetic. Kasi normally, di ba, mga Pilipino, kapag nakaka-encounter ng mga foreigner, we automatic nagsuswitch yung friendliness natin, which is a good thing, but I don't think it's that helpful, lalo na sa battle. Finiframe dito ni Sak Maestro that he does not care. Alam mo yun, we are equals, rather not really equal, but I am above you dahil ikaw yung dumayo dito. Disaster is the one after Sak Maestro rather than the other way around. So, Sak Maestro, na-establish niya dito that he is on the A side, he is the upper hand, or he holds the upper hand on this battle. Napakagaling. I have more in this first round. To me, overall, I was able to list down 12 lines na nagustuhan ko from Sak Maestro in these first round at yun yung aking top 3. Now, overall, I would say I love the energy Sak Maestro decided to start on, and it is also genius that he let them all races or racial and personal angles and bars go out as early. That's a good strategy laban kay Disaster. Kasi I have mentioned it before, one of Disaster's strength talaga sa lahat ng battles niya is yung stage presence niya. Maganda kasi yung combination ng lalim and raspiness ng boses ni Disaster, yung theatrics niya and aggressive lines to overshadow or overpower agad yung round ng kalaban. Sa madaling salita, namamama ni Disaster yung mga nakakalaban niya with that style of his na nakita naman natin mid to last part ng kanyang first round. So yung ginawang approach ni Sak Maestro dito, first round somehow bulletproof kung yung ginawa naman ni Disaster is yung typical na style niya through and through. This style na pinakita ni Sak Maestro is bulletproof laban dun sa typical na Disaster style. Dahil he won't be pushed around that easily dahil mabigat agad yung mga material ni Sak, personals kaagad at saka yung mga angulo niya talagang may substance. Hindi siya nagpatawa. Normally kasi 'di ba ganun papatawa ka muna tapos saka may bibitaw yung mga bars mo. Pero kay Sak Maestro, even yung mga jokes niya, pinalaman niya sa solid na context at bars. Plus, another thing na siyempre alam din ni Sak Maestro, no, na mga Pilipino, very hospitable talaga. Iba yung anticipation and reception ng mga tao kay Disaster dito. So medyo bias yung mga Pinoy in reacting para kay Disaster simply because we Filipinos are welcoming by nature, 'di ba? Welcoming naman talaga tayo. That's why. Kaya maganda yung style na ginawa dito ni Sak Maestro. Angles, very nice. I'm sure some of the people may not be able to connect the dots pagdating din sa basketball reference na ginawa ni Zach Mesro, but I've explained that. It might go to people's head, but that is very, very creative, very new, at least to me. And hindi sloppy, hindi rin naman gano'n kahaba yung mga setup ni Zach Maestro, very on point. And yung mga napili niyang bars and yung mga napili niyang bars, punchlines is perfect to showcase yung well-roundedness na meron si Zach Maestro in terms of his pen game. Strong first round, para kay Zach Maestro. Now, let's talk about Disaster's first round. Okay, ito yung mga angles na ginamit ni Disaster laban kay Zach Maestro. Shabu bars, di ba? Rap style, music genre, yung mga choke ni Zach Maestro. Shanty bars and medyo nag-violence, yung typical na American style and character assassination, which is I like, and interestingly maganda yung nakitang butas na yun ni Disaster. I don't know how he would double down on that character assassination kasi it's the first time for me na narinig kong may gumamit ng laban kay Zac Mesto this effective. Okay, these are the lines, top three lines na nagustuhan ko kay Disaster sa first round niya. Sabi niya, he's paranoid because he's a glass puffer. So he shatters in the face of confrontation and leave his fans suffer until he makes another hit from the pipe. Then he gains his confidence and he acts tougher to distract you from the fact that the drugs skip his rap splutter, and that's the reason he blanks out and develop that fast stutter. Now, for us Filipinos, it is a very long rhyme scheme, but again, we have to take in account that is the norm. Yan ang style po talaga sa US. Kumbaga sa Philippines, merong meta na sabi mo sa past battle mo, sabi mo sa past battle mo, di ba? Sa US or sa Western world ng mga battle rappers, yan po talaga, even kay Eminem, maririnig yan, pag yung pen game ni Eminem talagang extended rhyme scheme. Sa kanila kasi, ang ang pinakamabigat na category of creativity for them is how long can you hold that syllable? Paano mo mai-extend? Yung kunyari, yung syllable na napili mo is, paano dito? ER. Hispano because of he's a glass puffer. So he shatters in the face of confrontation and leaves his fans suffer until he makes another a hit from the pipe and his confidence acts tougher. The distraction from the fact that drug keeps him cluttered. And that's the reason he blanks out and develop fast stutter. ER, di ba? Puro ER. So, isa yun sa mga pinaka-category talaga sa, not isa sa mga, but pinaka-category. In terms of music naman, sa US, they're more on the vibe, sa beat, di ba? Kaya nga nauso sa kanila yung di ba, yung uh, trap music, 'di ba? Everybody sounds the same yung beat nila and yung yung mga 'di ba? Pare-parehas silang nagra-rap. Ginawan pa nga ng joke ni Joko yun eh. What do you call that? Basta that kind of style. Maaalala ko yan mamaya. So, this is the norm sa US, yung ganyang style na pinakita sa atin ni Disaster. So, to me, we have to judge it as it is. Hindi siya talaga, hindi mahaba yung setup na yun. Rather, he just stayed true sa style that he carries or that they have or that they have developed. Um, Medyo sasabihin ng iba, pero parang mahina naman yung punchline eh, 'di ba? Ang haba lang nung setup, pero again, they are not really into the four-bar setup, then punchline, four-bar setup, punchline, or minsan, 'di ba, one-liner, punchline. Tayo kasi mga Pilipino, we are always anticipating and we are always, uh, looking after that punchline. Saan kaya mapupunta 'to? But to them, ang idea nila is you have to judge it as a whole. Paano ko sinimulan, ano yung kwento na ko na binabaybay ko at saan papunta tong kwentong 'to. So, you have to judge it as a whole for them. And if that is the category or that is the base of judgment na gagamitin natin, na-achieve naman yun dito ni Disaster. Maganda yung thought process niya and malinaw naman yung messaging niya, 'di ba? From the beginning pa lang yung he's paranoid because he's a glass puffer. Yan. punto. Ngayon tatanungin niyo, ano naman punto or context ng pinagsasabi na yan ni Disaster kasi parang it's all over the place. Well, ang punto kasi dito ng anchor o yung anchoring word na itong buong extended rhyme scheme na to is he is a glass puffer. So yun yung anchor. Bottom line, ang sinasabi dito ni Disaster is that si Sak Maestro is kumakarakter lang. Kumakarakter lang daw siya. Lang daw yung pinapakita niya. Para siyang si ano, according kay Disaster, para siyang si Nico or si Akata. Si Nico, di ba may character siya pag mga battle, Akata. Si Disaster, sinasabi niya dito na si Sack Maestro, yung Sack Maestro na persona, it's only a character. And dinadaan niya lang sa kanyang ano, sa bigat ng kanyang pangalan. Pero pag hindi daw niya nababluff yung nakakalaban niya, is nape-pressure daw si Zack and lumalabas yung tunay na kulay na mahina siya and hindi daw totoo na gumagaling si Zack kapag pag nakasyabu. Lumalakas lang daw yung loob. Pero nagiging bara-bara daw yung sulat at madalas pang nagbablangko. So yun yung punto dito ni Disaster, which is it makes sense. Magandang angulo yon. And somehow or some way, it's true dahil 'di ba nakikita natin cluttered naman talaga and especially sa mga past battles ni Zack Meso sa flip top, 'di ba lagi siyang nawawala sa sulat niya. Yung glass puffer, ano siya, double meaning siya ng puffer fish at saka ano, tutor. Alam niyo yung tutor, alam niyo na yun. Yung puffer fish naman, 'di ba yung mukhang yung fish na parang maraming spike tapos when confronted, 'di ba nagpo-pop siya, nagiging bilog. Parang ano siya ng air para he appears bigger at hindi siya makain ng prey or nung hunter. So yun yung sinasabi dito ni Disaster na parang gano'n si Zack Maestro na when he is confronted, he is not good with handling it. Rather, nagsha-shatter or ano, kumbaga nayayanig si Zack Maestro yung confidence niya kaya daw siya nawawala-wala. Pero dahil nga glass popper tutor tas popper fish, imbes na lumalaki nababasag. Nababasag na yung confidence dito ni Zack Maestro. This is really nice, maganda yung ano niya, yung messaging, yung delivery, and especially how he ended it and yung presentation ng buong thought. Malinaw, makakasunod ka. Second line na nagustuhan ko kay Disaster, sabi niya, you can't make a name of your own. That's why that's why I'm just busting your balls here. I'm breaking your bone. You do something about it, bitch. You change up the tone. I'll punch this little toothpick in the mouth like Razor Ramon. Yan. So Razor Ramon, WWE wrestler siya, ng mga 80s hanggang 90s. Pangalan niya is Scott Hall. Yan, si Razor Ramon, what's up, Chico? Lagi yan merong ano, may toothpick sa kanyang bibig. Ang pinakasikat niya na affiliation or faction is yung NWO with Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash, yung New World Order. Sila yan. And sabi niya, I ain't just busting your balls here, I'm breaking your bones. Kasi si Razor Ramon, I believe sa laban niya with Giant Gonzalez or Andre the Giant, nabali yung buto or nagkaroon ng fracture, injured si Razor Ramon. So yun yung ano niya, Scott Hall. Yun yung reference niya dito. And sabi niya, you cannot make a name on your own. Ito na yung sinasabi ko na punto kanina ng Disaster about kumakarakter lang si Zack Maestro. Parang sinabi ni Six Threat kay ano, 'di ba, kay Akata, na bilang Akata bilang Nico hindi kayang gumaling ni Nico, 'di ba? As a Nico, hindi niya kayang maging magaling na rapper. So kaya kailangan niyang i-embrace yung character ng Akata para mangupal na lang. Yun din yung sinasabi dito ni Disaster kay Zack Maestro na you cannot make a name on your own. Hindi mo kayang maging magaling nang hindi mo ini-embrace yung character or yung integrity o yung credibilidad ng isang Zack Maestro. Kasi yung Zack Maestro daw, humuhugot lang ng lakas sa Shabs. Pero kung wala daw yon bilang siya, Hansel Cabo, hindi niya kayang maging magaling. So, that's a very good line para idugtong dun sa punch out like Razor Ramon. Maganda yun. I like that. Third line, yung nagustuhan ko dito sa round ng Disaster, ito sa niya, ain't no negotiating, I'm explaining to y'all who this Mukana Unggoy is facing. Why is the soy face still a boy hating? I'ma dangle his body of a bunch of alligators in the pond while they're all waiting. That's what I call Pinoy baiting. Yan. Pag nakikita nyo, holorhyme naman, di ba? Yung in-exhibit or yung showcase dito ni Disaster sa lines na to, which is very smooth. And yung mga syllables niya is it just rolls with your tongue. And I love the wordplay ng Pinoy baiting. Sa mga hindi nakakalam, Pinoy baiting, double meaning siya. It means clickbait. Di ba? Yung mga Pilipino, we are very good daw sa paggagawa ng mga thumbnail and mga clickbait, mapapaklik ka talaga. So Pinoy baiting is in the Western world, it's Pinoy baiting. That's what they call it. But to us, clickbait lang siya. And another meaning nung Pinoy baiting, ito sikat na sa mga foreigner is yung mga poster account sa mga dating site, di ba? Para padalaan sila ng pera, di ba? Gumagawa ng poster account, kunyari babae pero lalaki naman pala, tapos yung mga foreigner naman na in love, papadala ng pera. So, yun yung double meaning or yung entendre ng that's why I call Pinoy baiting. And syempre, yung literal na meaning ng baiting which is pinain. Kasi yung picture na pinipaint dito ni Disaster is tinali niya si Sak Maestro, binitin niya sa mga alligators para kainin. So pinain niya, Pinoy baiting, pinain and all that. So ang daming meaning kaagad nun. Tatlong meaning isang bara pa lang. So talagang makikita rin natin yung caliber why Disaster really is considered to be the GOAT, especially in the US. And again, yung mga buhaya, it's double meaning. It's double meaning kasi sa atin ba yung mga buhaya, it's not only alligators. Sa atin pag sa mga Pilipino buhaya, normally yan yung mga ganid, di ba? Yung mga greedy, And laging sinasabi ni Akatayan, di ba, na ah, sinabi ni Akatayan kay Six Threat na ginagamit lang daw ng PSP si Masak Maestro para sa clicks and views. 'Di ba? So pinapalabas dito ni Disaster is ganon, Pinoy baiting para mag-click, ginagamit na clickbait yung mukha ni Sak Maestro para panoorin, pindutin. Tapos yung alligator na tinutukoy niya dito, syempre yung organization ng PSP na nga daw, nagde-decride or gumagamit or talagang nanlalamang kay Sak Maestro, which is pinonto rin naman yan ni Akatalaban kay Six Threat. Yun yung mga nagustuhan kong line dito sa first round in the Disaster. I was able to list down 9 na powerful lines dito sa round in Disaster. And to me, overall performance, you can see na si Disaster took the first part of his first round kinda cruising. He used it to feel the battle, 'di ba? Medyo polite yung approach niya. Comedy siya, 'di ba? Sabi niya, what rhymes with Mr. Phoebus, 'di ba? Tiny Little Thing is talagang very light, very polite, and he used it para kapain yung kabattle niya, yung crowd, and yung kanyang situation, which is the right thing to do, no? You have to establish mo muna yung genuine respect mo sa kabattle mo and sa crowd, especially alam mo na ikaw yung dayo. That's the right thing to do. Very meaty, malaman yung mga extended rhyme scheme ni Disaster dito and perfect balance of jokes and bars. Obvious naman yun sa caliber ni Disaster. I also appreciate yung reference game dito ni Disaster on this round. Talagang sobrang lawak. Kung si Sak Maestro, talagang dinoble meaning, tinatad niya tayo ng double meaning or entendre sa mga wordplay niya at sa kung paano niya tinahi. Si Disaster naman, showcase naman niya yung reference game niya. And syempre, obvious yun, kung ganun naman talaga kalawak na yung experience mo, di ba? So, dun na utilize ni Disaster yung leverage ng kanyang 120 battles and 20 years of being a battle rapper. So, it's a good thing. Iisa man yung iisa man yung punto ng bagsak ng bars ni Disaster, yung pinanggagalingan naman iba-iba. Iba-iba naman yung pinanggagalingan. It's like kumbaga kung yung tama man palagi sa mukha, pero yung anggulo na pinanggagalingan ng mga suntok, iba-iba. Ganun yung ginagawa dito ni Disaster. Sobrang lawak ng exposition niya ng kanyang reference game and siyempre yung kanyang multisyllabic lines. He started out slow, but pick up his momentum and blast off until the end of the round. So again, this is a very interesting and tight na round. It's very hard to decide kasi again, yung ginagawa ni Disaster is very foreign, very western. Yung flow nakabase sa rhyme scheme, sa flow, at sa aggressiveness. Samantalang kay Zach Maestro naman is very Filipino sa atin, punto per punto talaga. So I'm have to leave it for now as a tabla. Tabla muna ito. Balikan natin, panoorin natin yung ibang mga susunod na rounds. Tabla muna sa akin for now. Itong first round.
Round 2, Zach Maestro. Let's go! That was a long round. Nosebleed, no? But yeah, talk about my addiction. So predictable. That's what you brought here. Talk about meth that, meth this. Is that the top tier? Crystal this, crystal that. Since when is crystal not clear? And you talk about my hair. But I only want to see my beauty. Kaya ako nagpaupaw para hindi ma-insecure si Pibos at si Looney. Bars ko ba, yung rebuttal ko ba premeditated? He mentioned something about the stone. Well, I'll kill Goliath, then I'm David. Goliath, then I'm David. Di predictable. Your shit is so basic. It's so predictable and basic that when I smoke, I don't even have to say it. Freestyle daw. Gusto nyo ng freestyle? Tayo na. I'll turn disaster into calamity. Sobrang lakas ng suntok. Parang nahulog si Stacey Andy J. Okay, game. Napansin nyo pag yung mga dayo, Arabo o Indiano, yung simoy ng hangin, bigla bang nagbabago? Di ba? Napapatabon sa mukha pag kinakausap ka ng mga tao. Akala mo nag-announcement yung pilot ng aeroplano. This is your pilot, Captain Hansel Cabo, Flight 5J95. Bound for kilikili. Alam niyo anong rhyme ng kilikili?
This other guy.
Kili-kili mo disaster baho, tang ina. Puta, halos hindi na kami makahinga. Ang baho ng kili-kili. Amoy nyo ba? Baho ng kili-kili. Tayo na sinundukan ni Akata, 12 noon. Yung sasakyan ni Akata nang umuwi restroom. Kaya tumawa rin ito, kaya tuloy si Nico na pabenta ng perfume. Oo, kilikili niya. International yung anghit. Nilagyan ng local na tawas, yung tawas nagkasakit. Kilikili mo ang dahilan kung kilikili, pandepensa sa kilikili mo yung Akata effect. Foul odor, spongy stench like durian. Phoebus gave you like 40 grand. All that fucking money, you couldn't buy some deodorant? Yeah, I could buy some deodorant. So, Aladdin, where's your fucking magic carpet?
Yeah.
In the Indian public market? Why does your motherfucking armpit smell like cumin, seed, and garlic? Oh, you're not Indian. I'm sorry. Well, it's plain to say, all you Mumbai motherfuckers look and smell the same to me. Yeah, Mumbai ass bitch. Keep rocking them head jewels. Drive around the city in his taxi, drinking Red Bull, saying, "Let me take your luggage." Then I filled it up with jet fuel. I got an Indian taxi driver. It's Dopinder, so I'm Deadpool. Maximum effort. Send him to oblivion. Right in the dominion of my expert opinion. So try to make predictions. It rhymes with fast boxer. You already know the punchline? Yeah, it's Max Holloway. When you battled Matt, your punches weren't tight. Disaster had to strike just to show that he could write. So prove that I could fight? Bitch, I got stones up in my pipe. I've been battling meth my whole motherfucking life.
Nice.
Talk about that shit tonight. Yeah, I know it's not alright. talking about me abusing a substance. But you snuck right through the customs with cocaine that's in abundance. So all of that cocaine can compete against our runners. Because our meth's so white shit. It got subtitles versus smugglers. You harming motherfuckers, spar with motherfuckers. You the goat Mr. Jordan, are you Clarkson motherfuckers? Acting all hard like you Spartan motherfuckers, but you scared little bitch like Marlon Peraramas. You know what rhymes with loony? Come battle me, you pussy. Marlon Peraramas and both of you are lovers. I don't mean to point them fingers, but black people get triggered every time you say the N-word. This fucking racist one, them racists thought his legs were getting bigger. But we've never seen that Negro after you got injured. Ooh. Bitch, why are you so bitter? When you look at the elite, it's like you choose to take a peek when the view is from the peak. And when you hit rock bottom, you're still salty in defeat. Now you're about to find out the top level's not as sweet. Oh, you battle Pat Stay. See, I watched it on repeat. And Pat said something that cuts me really deep. Pat said, don't get confused being emotional with weak. Then slit your throat open with tears rolling down his cheek. It made me weep. Because Pat Stay was stabbed until he died. So I looked up to the sky and said, I'll give it a try, drive a knife into the sky. Tears pouring from my eye. I couldn't help but cry, I'm cutting sibuyas Bombay. So die this, slices. When I leave you lifeless, gonna make you 6 feet under, that's your height this. You will never grow without an interesting life this. Di na nga tutubo tong Bombay kahit mag 5'6". So go back to Mumbai, bitch. You've been dishonest. American artist. See, we were eager to meet you, but you seem like a diva. The biggest bitch out of Lebanon is Mia Khalifa. Think you have an idea of what it's like in the Philippines? You know about the third world struggles when we try to live in peace? This OnlyFans whore had it easy getting cheese while our OFWs get abused in the Middle East. So bitch, please, sa judges, matagal na tong bayad. Alam niyo na yung gagawin ha, dabatik, luto, dapat agad. Ay na kaya ako nag-English para ipakitang papalag na kaya natin sumabay at lingwahe nila yung pang-body bag. Nice. See, I just sent a message to my fellow MCs after disaster, get these texts like NDRRMC. So, if the odds against me, they would never turn down. The only way I'd lose is if I choke my third round. Jai-ho! Round 2, disaster! Let's go!
I can't believe you used an Indian stereotype to try to battle me. But I ain't mad at you because when you were doing all of this shit based on how you look, it came off so naturally. Now, before I start with this fucking legendary round, I want to make an obvious observation. This man right here is Asian. But in his last battle, he rapped in Arabic. That's amazing. This motherfucker should get respect because he actually battled in my native language. Kind of. I mean, what's with the enunciation? It's cool you did that for us and all, but what the fuck were you saying? It's crazy, it's cool. I go where the stars go. So, since all you motherfuckers want to do this multilingual thing and be the real thing, but you're not though, so without any further ado, allow me to let these Tagalog bars go. Ang matalo mo ko ay malabo. Mas Pilipino pa ako, sa'yo to ang pangako. Hold on. Ang matalo mo ko ay malabo. Mas Pilipino pa ako, sa'yo to ang pangako. Literal na multilingual, mga lengguwahe magkahalo. Bisag magbinisaya pa ako, dili mo rag mapilde pa kanako. You like that, huh, bitch? Let's go, Bungie! Let's go! I got a new one. Sing with me. Let's go, Adik, let's go! Go. Let's go. Do you know what rhymes with sack maestro? Pambansang Shabulero. He's watching Pornhub all day. He's a salsalero. Let's go, addict, let's go. Pag nagarap, wala sa metro. Ang laki-laki lang yung panganeto, yung mukha mo parang Lego. Let's go, addict, let's go. Do you see what we are doing to you over here, stupid? How are you from here and I learned how to rap pure Tagalog before you did? Anong silbi ng pagiging tunay mo na artist? Kung laging kulang ka sa practice. Oh. Anong silbi ng pagiging tunay mo na artist? Kung laging kulang ka sa practice, ubot ka ng adik, puro ka lang Taglish, promise, kahit nakasabusay na mamansis. Yeah. Utangin na mo, shabu pa! Man, that shit was crazy. You good? I'm sorry that was a chance wasted. You know I'm your good friend. I didn't mean to fucking smack the fuck out of your bracelet. Putangin na mo sa bupa! Ha? Gago ka ba? Tanggang nilalam, walaking alam, papauwiin na balibalakang. Hold on. Oh my God, hold on. Tanggang nilalam, walaking alam, papauwiin na balibalakang. Ang dapat gawin sa pakinggan na lang, pareho kayo ng panghani batang. Okay! Putangin na mo batang! Listen here, Badang. Ugali masagwa, manyakis malaswa. Ako ang karma mong bibigla, habag di handa para to sa anak ni Glock. Sa lahat ng beki sa bansa. Putangin na mo, Badang, ikaw ang tunay na bakla! Ikaw! Akala mo maangas ka? Ha? Akala mo maangas ka? Mas cute ka pa sa tuta. Pag pinatay kita, tangina, wala akong loot ka makukuha. Yeah, Miss Sharmuta, who set this battle up? You and your boy Hasbullah? But you want to rap in Arabic, ya akhu Sharmuta? Let me show you how. Allow me to give you 4 bars. خليني بلش باسمك يا برو. انت مايسترو شو انت مايسترو الكنافه والجبنه مطلع بجسمك يا برو. انا مين؟ انا اللي نايك وجهك يا برو. انا مش بس نايك امك، انا نايك جدك وباي باي جدك يا برو. So that was just a couple of bars to let them all go. What I basically said was kukanten ko buong pamilya mo. And I got 2 more words to go. If I can remember the motherfuckers though. If I can remember the motherfuckers though. Fucking puke nang ina mo. Thank you for taking our I appreciate it.
wow, man, that was such a legendary round. Legendary round. All right, let's talk about Sack Maestro second round. Like, I still cannot get over that second round disaster. That was such iconic. Okay, angles ni Sack Maestro this second round is rebuttals, yung amoy, the disaster, racial jokes, past battles, and drugs. Yan yung mga angles na ginamit ni Sack Maestro. These are the top three lines na nagustuhan ko dito sa round na to ni Sack Maestro. Number one, sabi niya, Mumbai ass bitch, keep rocking them head jewels. Drive around sitting in taxi drinking Red Bull. Let me take your luggage and I'll fill the top with jet fuel. I got an Indian taxi driver. It's Dopinder, so I'm Deadpool. So it's a stereotype racial joke siya. In the US talaga. Most of the cab and Uber drivers are Indians. But to be honest with you, they're really good drivers. And patuloy na dinodouble down ni Disaster yung pagiging taga Middle East ni Disaster, no? Patuloy na dino-double down ni Zac Maestro yung pagiging taga Middle East ni Disaster, which sinabi na nga niya, hindi naman ako Indian, I'm a Lebanese. But still, it's funny, right? Pero what I like about it is that how he was able to connect that line with the Deadpool reference. If you do not know, see Deadpool, if you have seen that, si Deadpool, meron siyang Indian taxi driver. Diba? Ang pangalan nun is Dopinder. Yes, sir. So, connect niya sa Indian taxi driver yung double meaning ni Deadpool, which is Dopinder Deadpool as a Marvel character, tsaka 'di ba nag-gesture ng ganito si Zack Maestro, Deadpool, dead, tinutukan, patay ka, tas pulling the trigger. So, Deadpool. And to me, this is a very good line. Very timely siya, especially yung Deadpool and Wolverine is coming na this July. So I love that. So for those, yan po yung ibig sabihin ng Dopinder. So I'm Deadpool. Na siya yung boss. Kasi si Dopinder driver siya ni Deadpool. So si Disaster daw is tauhan lang or driver lang ni Zack Maestro, which Zack Maestro is the boss. And Deadpool na binaril. Second line, sabi niya, so try and make predictions. It rhymes with fast boxer. You already know the punchline. Yeah, it's Max Holloway. When you battle math, your punches weren't tight. Disaster has to strike just to show that he could write. Okay. This right here is, to me, very, very gold in terms of reference. Para sa mga hindi nakakalam, there was a Matt Hoffa battle incident sa isa sa mga nakabattle ni Disasters in the UFC, Matt Hoffa, where in that battle, things got a little out of control, really, to the point na Disaster hit Matt multiple times with his right hand. Sinuntok niya si Matt Hoffa and then pinagsusuntok niya, nagkagulo na daw dun sa ano na yun, dun sa event na yun. Now, this is gold kasi if you are not really a fan of battle rap or you're not really following Disaster, you wouldn't know this incident, right? So you knowing this is it's parang one of the biggest scandal sa kasi ni Disaster sa kanyang battle rap career. So kapag alam mo ito, highlight kaagad siya, 'di ba? Though nakita kasi natin yung rounds ni Disaster, we'll get to that later. So let's himay-himayin natin itong mga linya na to na binanat ni Zack Maestro dito sa na to, sa bara na to. Sabi niya, so you try to make predictions. It rhymes with fast boxer. You already know the punchline. Yeah, it's Max Holloway. Though si Max Holloway naman, for those who do not know, si Max Holloway hindi po siya boxer, ha? Isa po siyang MMA fighter. He is the former featherweight king of the UFC. Tinalo niya si Jose Aldo to claim that title. Tinalo niya si Jose Aldo twice. And natalo naman si Max Holloway kay Alexander Volkanovski 3 beses. Kaya hindi na siya yung champion sa featherweight. And may kita mo yung connection or yung pagkakatahi-tahi. Again, circling back dun sa Islam Makhachev na line kanina ni Zack Maestro dahil si Max Holloway tinalo ni Andrei Volkanovski Ni Alexander Radin. Si Max Holloway tinalo ni Alexander Volkanovski sa featherweight title, tapos si Alexander Volkanovski, he moved up to lightweight to challenge Islam Makhachev, tapos tinalo siya ni Islam Makhachev twice. So, galing, no? Circling back yung reference game dito ni Zach Maestro. Though, again, sabi ko nga, ay hindi naman boxer kasi sabi dito ni Zach Meslo, it rhymes with fast boxer. Hindi man boxer si Max Holloway. Yun kasi yung biggest arsenal ni Max Holloway sa kanyang MMA game. Tight talaga and sobrang solid ng kanyang boxing skills. So, it's there. Nakikita ko yung connection why he said that. Ngayon, himay-himay natin itong mga lines na to. Sabi niya, so try and make predictions. It rhymes with fast boxer. You already know the punchline. And boxer, punchline, yeah, it's Max Holloway. So yun yung mag-correlation, yun yung succession ng mga words niya. Boxer, sumusuntok, punchline, punch, suntok, Max Holloway. Again, biggest arsenal ni Max Holloway sa kanyang MMA game is yung kanyang boxing. So binali, yun yung fake out method na ginamit dito ni Zach Meslo kay Disaster. Kaya natawa si Disaster ng malakas, 'di ba? It's kala niya sasabihin it's Matt Hoffa, it's Max Holloway. So when you battle Matt, your punches, nakita niyo succession. Talagang ito yung anchoring word ng line na to eh. Punch, suntok. Your punches weren't tight. Hindi daw maganda yung sulat ni Disaster nung battle nila, sabog-sabog. Disaster has to strike just to show that he could write. Ayan, double meaning yung right. Right na sulat, tsaka right na kanan dahil kanang kamao yung pinansuntok ni Disaster kay Matt Hoffa. So sinasabi dito ni Zach Mesro, bottom line, dahil nakita siguro daw ni Disaster na natatalon siya, hindi maganda yung sulat niya, ginawa na lang niyang physical. Napikon na lang siya at pinisikal na lang niya si Matt Hoffa para lang hindi naman siya natalo dun sa battle at ma-cover up daw niya yung lackluster na sulat na pinakita niya laban kay Matt Hoffa. So, maganda yung succession and yung continuous ng storytelling at saka yung punto netong linya na to na binalot ni Zach Maestro. Okay, third line na nagustuhan ko dito is yung sabi niya, you battle Pat Stay. See, I've watched it on repeat. And Pat said something that cuts me really deep. Pat said, don't get confused being emotional with weak. That slit your throat open with tears rolling down his cheek. It made me weep because Pat Stay was stabbed until he died. So I look up to the sky and I'll say I'll give it a try. Drive a knife into the sky and tears pouring from my eye. I couldn't help but cry. I'm cutting sibuyas by. Now, si Pat Stay is a Canadian battle MC, legend of the game talaga to. Unfortunately, he got killed. No, he got killed in the streets. 2022, KOTD, King of the Dot legend. Paano namatay si Pat Stay? Unfortunately, ganun nga. He was parang nasa street, naglalakad siya eh. Tapos, pinagsasaksak siya, pinatay siya ng sasaksak. So, kaya yun yung reference na ginamit dito ni Zach Maestro. Tapos bottom line, 'di ba, yung 'pag naggagayat ka, 'di ba, sibuyas umiiyak, which is normally the scent, yung amoy ng sibuyas is normally the scent contributed sa mga Bombay or taga mga Middle East kasi gene-generalize ni Zach Maestro dito. Though in this line, ito yung for me yung pinaka-controversial naman na line, okay? Why? Bakit mo naman nasabi? Kasi these are the kind of lines na kung binitaw ito ni Zach Mesro in the Western world, in the US, things could have gone sideways very quickly. Things would have gone very, very ugly. Kasi it's part of the unwritten rules sa Western world in terms of battle. Kahit sa music industry, na when someone is already dead, you should already give them the peace. Hindi na sila dapat na nagagamit pa reference or hindi na sila dapat pa minamak or ginagawang katatawanan or punchline. Rather, it should just be all respect kasi nga patay na yung tao. Kaya makikita nyo, 'di ba? You can see that as soon as binitaw ni Zach Maestro yung line na Pat Stay, nagbago yung mukha ni 'di ba, ni Disaster. I can see that Pat Stay line really get under Disaster's skin. His demeanor change. You can see the disdain in his face, and it does not sit well with him. Okay. Props to him though. He stayed sport, and I understand in the Western culture, again, it is going over border. It's crossing the line. Western ano to culture. Si Zach Maestro, he went over the line dun sa linya na yon. Kung pagbabasehan natin is Western culture. Kaya medyo napikon or hindi maganda yung pagtanggap ni Disaster dun sa line na yon. Again, it's their unwritten rules. It's hitting below the belt para sa kanila. Again, ito yung mga linya that could turn things around and could have gone very, very ugly. Though alam ko naman yung ginagawa ni Sakme, so he's really trying to get Disaster out of his game. Pero good thing, dito naman kasi sa Philippines, di ba, hindi tayo masyadong emotional or sensitive on that. Though, syempre, we give them respect. Alam natin na battle lang to. Sa US kasi, they are very sensitive about that and they do not take it lightly. You just, look back, panoorin nyo na lang, i-rewind nyo, makikita nyo yung pagbabago sa mukha ni Disaster simula nung binitawan ni Zach Maestro yung line na yun. Hindi niya masyadong na-appreciate. And I'm sure yung mga battle rappers or MC na manonood nito in the US, kasi nga global naman talaga yung reach nito and Disaster would feel the same way. Pero again, as Filipinos, we know na battle lang to. Okay, overall performance, Zach really came to win. Yun yung nakita ko talaga simula ng simula nung first line netong round na 'to, Sak really came to win until nung marinig ko yung Pat Stay. Especially yung mid to end part of his bars and lines, it grew very intense. Yung depth, yung angles, and yung yung personals niya talagang again, yung Pat Stay line niya talagang hindi na lang basta punchline, talagang personalan na. It's almost like hitting below the belt in the Philippines. In the US, talagang Sak Maestro decided to cross the line. Sak is really digging deep. Nakita nyo yung, again, to me, gold talaga yung reference na yung Mouth Half a Line. I love it. You can say that Sak really wants all the smokes. He wants all the smoke. Ganito yung mga material na pang tournament. Tournament ready talaga si Sak Maestro dito, first round and second round. Perfectly structured beginning to end. Yung jokes niya and bars niya are blended masterfully together. Walang stretch na moment in doing both. Hindi na overshadow ng bars yung jokes. Hindi din na overshadow ng jokes niya yung bars. It sits well together, tightly, complements and supplements each other. Sak is really committed in his material. Yun yung makikita natin sa first two rounds niya. Kasi yung mga jokes niya, talagang dinideliver niya ng talaga nakakatawa. Di ba? Nakakatawa. And yung mga bars naman niya, very unapologetic naman yung demeanor niya pag binibitaw niya, especially yung mga personals na lines niya. So, Sak really came in to win on this in this battle. Now, let's talk about this iconic round, the Disaster, second round. Ito yung mga angles niya. Rebuttal, multilingual, uh, past battle, addict bars, tapos si Badang. Now, there's nothing really much of a bar in this second round. Alam naman natin pare-pareho yun, right? Pero to me, yung mga na-enjoy ko lang na lines in this second round of Disasters. Number one, yung literal na multilingual, mga lingwahe magkahalo, tapos nagbisaya na siya. I like it kasi he started off English, then Tagalog, then Bisaya in just one line. Imagine yung tatlong language yung ginamit niya. And he was able to deliver it perfectly. Kasi hindi ko man naiintindihan yung Bisaya. Nakita ko yung mukha ni Looney. He was kind of proud. So, okay, that becomes my point of judgment there. Second line na nagustuhan ko yung sa niya. Pag nagra-rap, wala sa metro, ang laki-laki ng panga neto, yung mukha mo parang Lego. So, in a very comedic way, ginamit niya yung Alec bars, yung square, 'di ba, na mukha ni Sak Maestro daw. Kasi 'di ba strong yung jawline ni Sak Maestro and yung Legos, 'di ba, square yon, tas addict. So it's funny to me. And third yung sabi niya, anong silbi ng pagiging tunay mo ng artist kung laging kulang ka sa practice? I love this because this, I believe, a line na inspired from Zaki Di ba? Zaki, ito yung, ganito rin yung binanat ni Zaki kay Zack Maestro nung battle na. And the way Disaster went out to it, though wala naman masyadong changes, it's still to me plausible, di ba? Magaling. Ngayon, gusto ko rin yung yung badang scheme niya, di ba? Yung, oh, badang, kinausap niya. So, there's really not much in terms of, uh, of lines, bars, or yung intricacy ng sulat, or there's really not much into it compared to Shaq Maestro. But then again, okay, overall performance, this is very iconic. To me, this was the most iconic round in the entire battle. Kasi what makes it hard is the fact that he rapped more than 50%, probably 80% of his round in Tagalog. So yung Shaq value, nandun talaga. Most of the lines, naintindihan naman natin. Di ba? Wala namang bars na sobrang lalim or sobrang difficult para maintindihan. Pero yung difficulty niya is hindi doon sa mga sinulat. Yung difficulty niya is para kabisaduhin yung mga words and yung sequences ng pronunciation, di ba? Yung nung word construction, nung thought. That is to me what's talagang blows out my mind. Kasi he used 4 different languages in just one round. Di ba? Nag-English siya, nag-Tagalog siya, nag-Bisaya siya, tapos nag-Arabic siya. So, just by that alone, just by the thought alone, we have to give it to Disaster this round too. A good question I have though in my heart is, sino kayang sumulat nito, no? Who wrote this for him? Most likely, sa akin lang siguro si Looney kasi syempre may Bisaya na part. At least sa akin lang, speculation ko lang naman yun. So, to me, I would have to give Disaster the second round just for really being, overboarder yung creativity at saka yung approach niya, especially in the part of entertainment. Diba? He really came in here to make everybody's money's worth. And to really entertain yung mga tao in a way na hindi madali. In a way na sobrang hirap para kabisaduhin, di ba? Tayo nga minsan nahihirapan tayo mag-English, di ba? I-construct natin yung mga thoughts natin in English, or kahit na may magsabi pa sa atin di ba, na ganito yung sasabihin mo, kabisaduhin mo lang. Pag English, medyo, paano yung pronunciation nun? Paano yung accent nun? Paano yung delivery? Hirap how much more para sa kanya, hindi naman siya talaga American. Lebanese siya, di ba? So, it really is very iconic. Now, let's go on third round for both of them. Though again, line per line, Zack Maestro had the upper hand on that round 2 for me. Pero overall package, difficulty, and everything that goes beyond the lines or in between the lines, Disaster. Round 2, Disaster. Round 1, tabla. Round 2, Disaster. Let's go.
Love you guys. That was the hardest shit he ever had to do his whole life. So I'm 1 round down. Imagine me doing it for whole 3 rounds. This motherfucker nag-Bisaya, Tagalog. Just earned your right of passage. But there's a certain disadvantage. Ba't sa battle ni Looney, mga verse mo di Tagalogs? Ha? O mga verse niya di Tagalogs? Ganun lang ako kalupit. I make them learn to speak our language para masabi mo lang kay Looney hindi siya worthy of the challenge.
Nice.
Pa-English ka sa akin. Tsaka, alam nyo nung nag-rhyme sa Cruel Disaster? Tong lunatic bastard nag-call ng Puki Dispatcher. Kumantot ng prostitute sa Subic sabay moves like Mick Jagger. Sabi nila yung mukhang kidnapper daw yung Bombay flip-topper. And when you see naman dressed, they said it's huge like King Badger. I'm just kidding. Your league is named GTX.
Yes.
Bunch of mid-tier vets.
Liar.
Bunch of mid-tier vets. Dinosaur MCs, you will see E. Ness and a real T-Rex. You did You did big events, but you seem real stressed. Now you're squatting over here. Are you 3GS? Ay, pati ito gagaling. You have 120 battles. Dude, I can't believe that you are not fatigued. You are not MC. You are a human battle league. 120 battles. Putang ina, so efficient. And you chose Sac Maestro because I am the most consistent. But damn, I admire you for your commitment. But this, you need to stop. Haven't you noticed every league that's been on went bankrupt, they all dropped. Just like King of the Dot, Sunugan, don't flop. You battle everywhere but still can't get to flip top. Cause that's my enigma. He saw the bad intentions. You do bad in business, thus you are a bad investment. So Loons, I have a question. How come you couldn't see? You brought this bad luck. You trying to sabotage PSP? So I say this literally. I hope you take it literally when I say he's killing the game. Ruined everything just to live up to his name. It's insane that you can't predict the outcome of your action. He's literally a disaster. You expect good things to happen? Just imagine. I-introduce mo sa mga chicks itong rapper. Ito po si Looney, ito po si Smugglers, tapos ito nga pala po si Disaster. Si Looney, si Smugglers, tapos ito nga pala si Disaster. Tangina, di ka pa nagsawa maging negative at puro anger. Disaster with a Z, ano kasi Lance Jasper? Oh, Lance Jasper. But back to the real issue and all that matters. To me, it's not okay to talk about money. Plus, there is an NDA. Round trip tickets from LA means they gave you quadruple pay. Aba ako nagkandabulol na para sa extra 50K. Pinoy nga naman, oh. Kami na yung bahala. Pinoy ang babait sa mga dayuhan pero ang lupit sa kapwa. Deserve the Apex yung 500K. Woo! Pinakita, pang bata. Habang ako hindi pa rin Manila rate kasi nga, Bisaya. Ayoko magmakaawa. But I think it's kind of funny. When you're in the third world, everybody needs the money. I fuck up half my battles, but the people still don't love me. Why you over here speaking Tagalog because you're not respected in your own country? Yeah, he's not. So consider yourself lucky. Yeah, we are the locals, but we keep battle rap alive, and that's the reason why it's global. We're on top of battle rap, not because we're advanced, not because of the MCs, we're number one because of the fans. Yeah, so stop making demands. He learned Tagalog, but all the while, he spent 3 months living here. You should have spent that time with your child. Yeah, your shit is wild. Spit bars na murag si Looney. Battle rap vet, but to a father, you're a rookie. And even my daughter thinks you're pussy. It's coming full cycle. I send my kids through high school. Happy childhood, I'm their idol. You want to be battle rap savior like Jesus with disciples? But the real ones know that real father would write the Bible. Bitch, you need the shit more than I do. You need the shit more than I do. At 40 years old, battle rap is still the only shit that you know. Yeah. It's because he's moving too slow, left his beautiful home. Got your wife and baby crying as they look at you go. It's true and it shows. Disaster left the throne to pursue his selfish goals because throughout the years you've never grown. Congrats on your achievements on that battle league you own, but you should be battling at home when you have a family of your own. Now he traveled here alone. Yeah, you travel here alone. Act like it's a friendly visit. But you try to sell the American dream through this exhibit. This, I'm wide awake. I can see right through the gimmick. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to live it. Yeah, he predicted. He predicted what we were trying to show us. Hollywood and showbiz. California is bogus. The middle class have now become the homeless. Yeah, a lot of business owners close their doors because of the vultures. Too much crime, greedy politicians, and then I blame the voters. Because you're hopeless. And if you notice, there's commotion in the oceans. Any moment, Chinese soldiers might come swarming in like locusts. Because they know that we're the future. So be resilient, gotta focus. Stay ahead, because the next gen is resting on our shoulders. So exterminate these roaches before the infestation. Infiltrate and you'll invade and couldn't handle the inflation. But this can exhale its vacation. These connect, so we are naked. Disconnect and dislocate, and this is neck in this location. Yeah, blatant exploitation. But your shit is out of control. The city of angels now a city of lost souls. This shit was foretold. Yeah, you did your thing. But I'm still collecting souls like I'm Big Boy Chang. So bang, eat around through the motherfucking mouth. Starting from the casting couch and send his bitch to wilding out. Y'all put a large amount of money in his bank account. You already know what I'm about, motherfucker, classic bout. I'm here just for the crowd. It's a motherfucking house. Bisaya, say it loud, Filipino, laging proud. From the vow, may the vow represent for me in the now. Expect the past to be the future, but I always now. Yeah.
Very good round. But it's not enough. Now, I think you thought I was going to keep going. Hey, Sax. Maestro, my friend. Right here. Now, I know you thought I'm going to keep going crazy on you, but let's try something different. Because he's right. All people seem to do is come up with bars about his drug addiction, so I want to see you rebuttal this then. Now, for the crowd, if these verses seem like they're lacking structure in them and the punch is missing, it's because I'm willing to sacrifice the substance in it to address his real abuse of substances since the others didn't. Because people make fun of you in battles, but this ain't funny, is it? Because you really struggle with this. It's sad to see someone of your talent and caliber have to succumb to this because you're a role model to tons of children. Yeah. And you fully open about smoking meth in your battles, and the problem is you keep on fucking winning. See, when a young, impressionable Filipino kid sees you as a functional drug addict, that's how he becomes the victim. Because you throwing him a yacht party in the same ocean that you sunk your ship in. Look, kids, I want you all just to listen. This whole Sack Maestro act he has here is not real, it's just an image. When you see him up here stuttering and fucking up his shit, that's the real him. That's the drug life and what ends up coming with it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand the power of words and what we give them. They're looking up to him when if they do, they gonna either wind up in a casket or end up in prison. And who's gonna bail them out? Sack Maestro's gonna bail them out, no shit. The guy that took the bail money from Enigma with Lanceta and smoked it. Yeah, I'm glad I got this chump's attention, or I'm gonna have to put this little Asian bitch in a Kimura like Russell Simmons. He's in Lux's DMs begging her to come and kick it, but she doesn't listen because no one wants to fuck a little chubby midget with a 1-inch dick, bitch. You can't do nothing with it. You try to grab it with your hand, it curls up and goes back in your fucking stomach and your nuts go with it. You got a fucking mangina. You're one eyebrow Sharpie away from being a fat hyena. You look like a pissed off Filipino fisherman who just wants to attack China. Man, you look like you already done. You look like soon as this battle is done, you about to go get spun. You little back alley town scum, you little hand-me-down bum. Where you even get this weak-ass rapping style from? They got me all the way out here in Olongapo battling with Manny Pacquiao's son. The illegitimate, illiterate, glassed-out, cracked-out one. What are you, fucking dumb? Gago ka ba? You gotta be watching too many URL battles to think I believe you with a gun. Boy, you just a low IQ. Yeah, type of dude that don't like you but won't fight you. Always talking about his imaginary, how he's gonna run up and hit me with the bolt rifle. Soon as I walked in his living room, his mom saw me and she was like, "Welcome to our home, idol. Would you like to try some sisig? Would you like to try some pancit? What would you like to eat? Please take the shoes off your feet." Bro, your shit is fucking garbage. You need more than beat. You need way more than that to beat me, boy. Your shit is weak. You look like them little kids in Manila running around barefoot, trying to in the middle of the street, trying to sell me those retarded-looking long-ass little treats. Yo, he has you up in Gilda, bro. You guys are in one bed. You guys are in one bedroom, like 25 deep, and it's hard for you and your homies to take a shit because that's where all of you sleep. Boy, you grew up using a straw mat for your sheets. Your father wears a top hat made of leaves. Why do you do this with your mouth when you talk back? When you talk back and you speak, you look like you got your jaw cracked, but really you just been on crack for weeks. Go to bed, loser. If I could give you any advice, I would have said you should have slept sooner. You're such an abusive meth user. Red man got jealous of you, sir.
Oh.
Bro, look at you. Your body is brittle. I could probably drop you if I popped you with a Skittle. You got this awkward bobblehead that's always on a swivel. Bitch, you look like Super Mario when he's little. Always trying to rebuttal the Shabu shit. Bitch, deal with it. Do that for your kids instead. Because you sitting in front of them and crippling your health. And you can't fucking blame anybody because you did this shit to yourself. You always trying to point the finger at everybody else instead of dealing with the cards you were dealt. Funny how you look like Juan Luna, but you can't come out here and paint a good picture of yourself. Yeah. And you know, you're talented, bro. You know how to draw yourself. But it's crazy because you still can't accurately draw yourself. You're bottom shelf. You look like a retarded elf. You battle on PSP because you ain't got no wealth. You robbed Enigma for the bail money when he's the only one that offered help. If that's your way of getting on, you should just off yourself. You could never get a battle with a guy like me, so I had to step up like Cheddar Bob and give you the shot myself. Yeah. The truth is, Zach, you're actually a good dude. And I fuck with you. But you're a liar. And I could judge you based off the actions you've done prior, because you manipulate some of your homies for drugs so you can get money out them. And then you start acting funny as soon as you come around them. Look, fuck all the personals, because I ain't come here to do that when I'm dissing you. I'm here to start rebuilding you, beating your ass, and uplifting you. Because you got a future, bro. You can still fix this, dude. In life, when you die, you're not always judged by your actions. Sometimes you judge by what you actually didn't do. So if I belittle you, it's not because you're a little dude, which is true, but it's because of how I think of you. Because the places you put yourself in today determine the strength in you. And that's the sad truth, that you're just a shell of a man who has everybody's attention, but deep down you're still an empty dude. And you look like a lesbian too. And that's the heavy truth that I should have told you sooner, Junior. So even though you're going to leave this battle as the loser, at least you're going to still have a future and not have to be like the average crackhead abuser who has to pick apart inactive computers so he can buy a brand new batch of Shabu, sir. That's you. That's you. You're leaving behind a legacy of a recipe for methamphetamines and death eventually. They telling me if I could whip his ass on the stage is what they telling me. But I'm a man of God, so how could I be scared of an enemy who's running on fake energy? They say the meth is the gateway to the devil when he speaks. So that's the reason why I'm going to execute him so heavenly. So everybody, I want you to bow your head with me. Heavenly Father, I pray that you bless him with your armor. Please protect him and give him some better karma. I know he wants some money to buy some Shabu right now. Please don't let him steal my charger. Lord, recently I heard that you had him introduced to a new guy. He had him met a barber, and he cut his hair for him. We're not making fun of him, God. I just want you to know I only say this because I care for him. I want him to know that even though I'm his opponent, I can still be there for him. So I ask you, Lord, why is Sac Maestro giving me all these stairs for when you're up there already preparing the stairs for him?
Nice.
Yeah. Amen.
Wow, so that's their third round. Okay, let's talk about Sac Maestro's third round. Ito yung mga angles niya: Rebuttal, GTX League, Career, Bad Luck, and Money. Now, these are the lines na nagustuhan ko sa third round ni Sac Maestro. Number one, sabi niya, but this you need to stop. Haven't you noticed every league you've been on went bankrupt? They all dropped. Just like KOTD, Sunugan, don't flop, you battle everywhere but still can't get the flip top. Sobrang gandang fake out method neto for me because you cannot predict the punchline kasi the setup was telling a different story. Then when the punchline came, it suddenly blows you with a different story, thought, and different context. And just to let you know, syempre yung flip top, double meaning siya, flip top as a battle league at saka flip top na flip top, 'di ba? Babaliktarin mo kasi yung hugot dito ni Shaq Meso, lahat daw ng pinanggalingan ni Disasters pinakailalim, rock bottom. So, anong kabaliktaran ng rock bottom? Top. So, how do you do that? Babaliktarin mo, flip, top, taas sa taas. Hindi daw kayang baliktarin ni Disaster yung kanyang sitwasyon in terms of getting into battle leagues. So, I like that. And this is also, foreshadowing yung mga sinabi niya first round pa lang na yung invasion. Kasi with what I know of, is si Disaster at si Leonie, they're planning to build a battle league here in the Philippines. I believe it's Grind Time Philippines or GTX Philippines, something like that. So this is also foreshadowing that statement and that line coming from Looney nung ano yung break it down yata nila ni Disaster yun. So yeah. Second line na nagustuhan ko in this third round is sabi ni Zach Maestro. So Loons, I have a question. How come you didn't see you brought this bad luck? You tried to sabotage PSP. So I say this literally when I say he's killing the game. You're ruining everything to live up to his name. It's insane. You cannot predict the outcome of your actions. He's literally disaster. You expect good things to happen. Very intelligent way of painting a picture, and I love this because just this line, he hit multiple angles in one storytelling, extended, yes, pero hindi stretch. What do I mean by that? Okay, ang pinanggalingan nito again is yung idea or yung thought na silang dalawa nga Disaster, they are going to work together as partners and build the battle league here in the Philippines. So that's the first thought. Pangalawa, na thought dito, kasi sinabi nga ni Zach Maestro, bakit ka makikipag-partner nito? Eh, sa lahat nga ng pinanggalingan nito na babankrupt. That's the second thought. So, bad luck nga daw si Disaster. And the isa pa is yung sabi niya, you try to sabotage PSP kasi syempre kapag gumawa ng league, si Disaster at si Looney, it will be a competition laban sa flip top at saka sa PSP. Kaya yung ginamit yung flip top kanina na line, tapos ito naman PSP. Nakikita nyo? Kanina flip top PSP. So yun yung pangatlong ano diyan thought. Tapos sabi niya, so I say this literally when I say he's killing the game, ruin everything just to live up to his name. It's insane that you cannot predict the outcome of your action. Talking about building that partnership and bringing up a new battle league. His literally disaster. You expect good things to happen. I love this because this is what this Zach Meso has been doing since first round. Kanina ko pa sinasabi rin nito is that how he stitches everything up. Normally, parang ganito yung mga battle rappers na naririnig na nakikita natin sa Philippines, no? Parang, ang first angle nila, pag-usapan naman natin yung kabit mo, kabit. Tapos susunod, pag-usapan naman natin yung huling battle mo o yung sinabi mo sa ganitong battle. Pag-usapan naman natin yung forma mo, yung tsura mo. Nakita nyo, tatlong iba't ibang angulo. Ngayon, how do you conspire all those things together? Paano mo itatahi yun ng seamless na nanggaling ka sa kabit, napunta ka sa past battles, tapos napunta ka naman sa forma or sa character assassination? Normally, ang transition lang na ginagamit ng mga local MCs, no, is yung word na pag-usapan naman natin. That is the cue para malaman ng lahat ng mga nanonood at nakikinig na okay, tapos na yung first angle niya, next angle na to, right? Pero kay Zach Maestro wala siyang gano'n, sobrang seamless. Ang ginagawa niya is yung punchline, binibigyan niya ng multiple meanings. So yung punchline halimbawa, yung salitang ito, yung flip top, sabi niya, you battle everywhere but still can get the flip top. Tapos dahil anong thought nung flip top, it's a battle league. So nakuha mo na agad. They're making a new battle league. And pangalawa is yung pinanggalingan na battle league. And then dito naman sa pangalawa na to is yung salitang disaster. Yung disaster, multiple meaning agad. Disaster na literal na bad luck si Disaster as a partner na hindi na dapat kampihan or hindi na dapat maipag-partnership dito si Looney dahil nga daw hindi maganda yung mga hindi maganda yung outcome palagi ng mga napanggagalingan na battle league neto or business neto ni Disaster. Tsaka Disaster as a name. Na-gets nyo? So, yung transition niya is yung word na disaster, very seamless yung stitching, paano tinatawid ni Sac Maestro yung mga angles niya. Seamlessly na makikita mo itong line na to galing sa kara, itong ano, ang pinaka bottom kasi ang pinaka root kasi nitong angle na to, itong si Disaster daw is ruining the game is yung you have 120 battles. Dude, I can't believe that you are not fatigued. You are not MC, you are a human battle league. Kita niyo na? Human battle league. So yun yung yes, yun yung pinaka anchoring word point of of that entire line. Human battle league. Tapos napunta sa flip top sa battle league. So dun niya itinuloy yung context ng storytelling niya na okay, usapang battle league naman, lahat ng battle league na pinanggalingan mo, talagang sinabotahe mo or you ruined it. Tapos tinawid niya yun sa kasi nga yung pangalan mo disaster. So makikita nyo yung transition ni Sac Maestro is very seamless na to me, I think yun yung isang bagay na hindi siya masyadong na-appreciate in terms of storytelling. Sobrang galing po ni Sac Maestro in terms of seamless transition na hindi mo mararamdaman na ay, iba na pala yung pinag-uusapan natin dito na dahil wala siyang yung mga okay, sige, pag-usapan naman. Hinahanapan niya talaga ng connecting words that make sense from one angle towards the next angle. Hahanapin niya yung pinaka-perfect, parang Tetris. Hinahanap niya yung perfect na word or line na magko-connect nun that makes both that will make each angle connecting ng that makes sense. Na-gets nyo? So hindi mo lang siya ma-appreciate per angle or per line. Collectively, it all makes sense. Yun yung ginagawa ni Sac Maestro and I love it. Hindi siya stretch, extended lang siya. Very good. Pangatlong line na nagustuhan ko dito, sabi niya, to me, it's not okay to talk about money plus there's an NDA. Round trip tickets from LA means they gave you a quadruple pay. Aba ako nagkabulol na para lang sa extra 50K. Pinoy nga naman kami na yung bahala. Pinoy ang babait sa mga dayuhan pero ang lupit sa kapwa. Deserve the Apex yung 500K pero yung pinakita pambata habang ako di pa rin Manila rate kasi nga Bisaya. Just as this is solid yung angles and yung stitchings. Seamless yung transition ng money, racial discrimination plus real talk. Makikita mo sa isang line, multiple thoughts, multiple contexts, multiple angles, and multiple punchlines yung tinamaan at sinagasaan kaagad dito ni Sac Maestro. Coming from Battle League pa rin yan, tapos napunta na sa pera, sa pay, and dun nga sa real talk na ang babait sa dayuhan. Mga Pinoy nga naman, babait sa dayuhan, pero ang lupit sa kapwa, which mahirap man lunukin yun, still somehow truth, di ba? So, overall performance, what I could say in this third round, to me, sobrang ganda ng approach and line structuring ni Sac Maestro dito. Paano niya nilalatag yung material niya dito at very very clean and smooth, very fluid and finesse as an entire material. Sa isang extended scheme, multiple yung angles na tinatamaan niya per punchlines and connecting pa yung punchlines na yun, something that we rarely see. To me personally, I'm looking at it in the artistry standpoint. Ito yung strongest round ni Sac Maestro. A-game talaga si Sac Maestro in the third round. Line per line is articulately constructed tapos ang ganda ng diin and lawak na mga bars ni Sac dito sa third round. Parang shotgun, isang putok, pero yung area of effect niya marami talaga tinatamaan. Kitang-kita natin na yung momentum ni Sac from first round nag-carry out talaga hanggang dito sa third round in terms of, again, fluidity, presentation material, at saka yung kanyang finesse sa pag-spit na itong mga bars at saka yung kanyang storytelling. Sobrang masterful. Now, let's talk about Disaster's third round. There's nothing, I also like, okay, just mentions dito sa third round ni Sac Maestro, I was able to come down 8 bars. Yan. 8 bars, tapos actually 11 nga kasi gusto ko yung look at him go at saka yung head, neck, shoulders na line at saka yung I'm collecting souls, si Big Boy Cheng. Si Big Boy Cheng, di ba, ano siya? Kilalang sneakerhead siya dito sa Philippines. So soul, double meaning na soul na kaluluwa at saka soul ng sapatos. Si Big Boy Cheng is kilalang ano yan, sneakerhead and collector dito sa Philippines. So I like that. Now, sa Disaster third round, ito yung mga kanyang angles, drug addiction at saka yung character ni 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 Zac Mesto. I was not able to come up with three dito sa rounds na to ni Disaster, pero I have two lines na nagustuhan ko rin naman talaga. Number one, sabi niya, if I could give you any advice, I would have said you should have slept sooner. You're such an abused meth user. Redman got jealous of you, sir. So Redman yung anchor netong line na to. So yun yung reference na ginamit niya. Redman is part of a legendary rap group which is yung Wu-Tang Clan. Yan. And sa Wu-Tang Clan, ang pinaka duo talaga ni Redman is si Method Man. Kaya nagamit yung meth. May sabi dito, abusive meth user, Redman got jealous of you, sir. Yun yung yun yung hugot or yun yung reference na ginamit dito ni Disaster. Parehong rap icon yan. Yang ano na yan, si Redman, si Method Man, tsaka yung rap group na Wu-Tang Clan. Some or most people would say that they are equals with NWA. Sobrang laki ng ambag nila sa hip-hop and sa pagsusulat. Just to name a few sila. Raekwon, RZA, ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, yan. Lahat po yan galing sa Wu-Tang Clan. And gusto ko rin tong line na to na sinabi ni Disaster, yung funny how you look like Juan Luna, but you can't come out here and paint a good picture of yourself. Juan Luna is a brother of General Luna, parehong bayani po yan. And he is known to paint yung Espolarium na nanalo yan, world renowned yung Espolarium na yan. So, nagdo-double down dito si Disaster sa character assassination na sinimulan niya nga first round pa lang na si Sac Maestro daw is yung Sac Maestro na persona or identity is only character na pini-play out ni Hansel Cabo pero hindi niya kayang maging magaling bilang Hansel Cabo. At yun yung binabasag dito ni Disaster dahil yung Sac Maestro daw advocates bad behavior, no? And yung mga substance abuse ni Sac Maestro. So, in this overall round na to ni Disaster, ito yung ano niya, ito yung own flavor niya of his therapy session. No? Di ba si Akta may therapy session? Yun yung sinabi rin naman ni Disaster na isa-sacrifice ko yung bars ko tsaka lines ko para lang ma-address natin yung substance abuse mo. So this is his own therapy session. He attacks Zack's character. His entire approach is dito is talagang mamain lang si Zack para parang ang gusto niyang palabasin dito is pinapagalitan niya si Zack kasi meron siyang malasakit kay Zack. Yun yung overall approach na ginawa dito ni Disaster sa third round. So, to him is that hindi dapat ina-idolize or dapat maging careful si Zac Maestro, which is magandang point naman sa kanyang presentation dahil yung mga batang aspiring na rappers, lahat to sinabi ni Disaster kanina sa line niya, mga batang aspiring na rappers or batang aspiring na artist, they look up to Zac, which is ina-acknowledge na talaga namang si Zac magaling, di ba? Sabi naman niya paulit-ulit ka na, alam mo magaling ka. Pero what I do not like about you is that you advocate yung yung substance abuse, which is shouldn't dahil you bring eyeballs, people look up to you, people idolize you, especially the ones that are up and coming and aspirant. They may have a different thought na para mas gumaling ako, dapat pala nagsasabo ako kasi si Zac Maestro magaling siya dahil dahil dun nga sa kanyang substance abuse and ina-advocate pa niya. Yun yung sinasabi ni Disaster kanina na hindi mo dapat hindi mo dapat yan pine-present as it is. You shouldn't be an advocate for substance abuse. So, I would say na ito naman personally yung pinakamahinang round ni Disaster compared dun sa kanyang first two rounds. Siguro dahil this is not really his style. And nakita naman natin yung mga lines niya medyo stretch and sinabi naman niya na wala akong punchline dito at wala akong masyadong mga setup dito, rhyme scheme. Talagang ano lang, puro real talk lang. Pero props to ano pa rin, Disaster kasi this is obviously his experimental round and nagkataon na naitapat to sa strongest round artistically for me ni Sac Maestro. So third round for me is Sac Maestro. So first round tabla, second round Disaster, third round Sac Maestro. Again, it could go either way. I know ang nanalo yata dito si Disaster. Ang deciding factor talaga nito for me is the first round. So, kung gusto mo mas nagustuhan mo yung first round ni Disaster na medyo nagsimula na mababa paangat, I understand and I respect you. And if you like naman Sac Maestro na talagang wala nang patawa, personalan ka agad, rambulan ka agad, I also understand why. Pero to me that really is the deciding factor. But if I am going to pick lang talaga personally, sabihin niyo sa akin, oh, pero kung kasi if I'm going to be conservative, I could go tabla to. Kasi equal talaga yung first round. Second round, Disaster, malinaw yon because of the shock value. And third round naman, Sac Maestro because of the A-game Sac Maestro yun eh. So, conservatively, tabla siya. But, if push comes to shove, and kailangan ko talagang mamili, I would have gone Sac Maestro. And I know some of you guys might put it on the comment section na naman na bias ako. Nag-decide na nga yung mga professional rappers na nanalo si Disaster dito. And all this and all that. Sa akin lang naman, personal opinion ko to and as I have seen it, I went with Sac Maestro sa first round kasi Sac came in to win, number one. Yung material niya, first round, second round, third round is tournament tournament writing, tournament style, tournament talaga yung approach niya. Sobrang tight and he came in to win. Yun yung gusto ko. And yung showcasing of elements, nakita ko yun kay Sac Maestro. Si Sac Maestro, he showcased more elements in terms of angles, fluidity, material, construction, and yung mga punchlines niya, mas marami siyang, kumbaga mas maraming nagme-make sense na sahog doon sa pinresent or sa material ni Sac Maestro, lalong-lalo sa first round. Kasi, to me, if I'm just gonna go with bar per bar, Sac Maestro have 12 bars na nagustuhan ko sa first round compared to Disaster's 9. So, lamang kaagad, bar per bar pa lang yon. And, again, on point si Sac, wala masyadong palabok, wala masyadong paligoy-ligoy. And the way he constructed it is talagang, from top to bottom, tight, seamless, and you have to take it as a whole. Wala siyang fillers in between. But that's only me. I respect na si Disaster yung nanalo dito, but if I have to pick, I would have gone first round Sac Maestro, third round Sac Maestro, second round Disaster, but yung pinaka-conservative dito is this could have been tabla or draw. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Panoorin natin kung ano ba yung judging dito, kung ano ba, one-sided ba or love set ba? Let's go.
Malakasan na balagtasan.
Judges!
Malalagasan.
Pangil sa pangil, Sac Maestro versus Disaster. We have 4 judges that voted, and the vote of the judges is 3-1
Ooh,
for
3-1.
Disaster.
I see. 3-1. So,
I fucking love you, motherfuckers. Thank you.
So, merong isang judges na bumoto kay Sac Maestro. I respect that. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe. Love you all.